right, so thanks everyone for coming to today's webinar with Patton and VoIP Supply co-hosting. We've got Beth from VoIP Supply who's on the line, and you'll be hearing from her a little bit later about VoIP Supply and what they can provide. And my name is Brett Patton, and I'll be doing the majority of this presentation. All right, so today we're going to be talking about the new Smart Node series T1, E1 PRI gateways. So these are 5570s and 4170s. There's two models. We're going to be discussing briefly some market trends in our industry, the advantages of using Patton gateway or ESBC, some key features, and some of these are new for this product line. And then we're going to take a closer look at the hardware so you can see what you'll be getting, as well as covering some basic applications and typical use cases. We'll also discuss the new web wizard that is available from Patton on these products. Makes configuration very simple. And we'll go over some target customers for this type of product. And we'll do some question and answer time. And make sure you stay for the whole webinar, because at the end we're going to be drawing names out of a hat to see who gets a free prize, which is actually going to be Smart Node 5570, one T1 PRI gateway. So keep clicking here. All right, so some market trends. The whole world is transitioning to all IP networks. ISDN is starting to go away. In certain places in the world, this is happening much faster than others. So some of the things that are necessary, or concerns, I guess you could say, for the new all IP networks is survivability, service demarcation, quality of service. This is all things that are becoming required with all the cloud services that are being provided. Another market trend is VoIP security. So you know VoIP encryption, SIB-TLS, and SRTP, as well as topology hiding, which is LAN security. IP routing performance is another trend or concern for multi-service applications and prioritization of traffic, voice and data and video. And also ease of use. Everything is becoming more simple, even though it is actually more complicated and complex technologically. So simple configurations and deployment options for zero-touch provisioning are becoming a big deal. And we'll talk about how using Patton products give you access to those things, as well as pricing. It's important to have a clear price-value ratio and knowing your total cost of ownership for deploying hardware and services in today's market. I have some poll questions that we're going to do throughout the presentation as well that will make this kind of a little bit more interactive. So I'm going to run the first one now. You'll see it popping up on your screen in just a few seconds. If you could answer the questions, that would be great. All right, thanks for your responses. We're going to close the poll now. Looks like the #1 answer was VoIP security, and then as well everything else coming in tied for second. So I would agree VoIP security is pretty important, especially for the US market. Thank you for answering those. All right, back to presentation. So some advantages you get with SmartNode. Your price to value ratio. Patton doesn't charge for technical support. It's included automatically when you buy a product from us, as well as software updates and other stuff like that. It's for the lifetime of the product. You don't have to be stuck on an old revision. If we come up with new bug fixes or features, it'll automatically be added to your product if you update the software. We have IP routing performance, which is built in to our routing product. So you can get a gateway, or you can get a gateway with a router built in, which we call an ESBR, Enterprise Session Border Router. So that's pretty interesting. Small form factor. These aren't big, huge rack mounting boxes. They're small desktop, low cost, so that someone who only is using one PRI isn't buying heavy equipment. VoIP security built in with CFTLS and SRTP. It has multi-purpose operation, so you can use it as a gateway, you can use it as a router, you can use it as an edge device for splitting the carrier network and the customer facing side of the network. And it's an investment for the future. So here are some key features that I've mentioned a little bit. There's gig Ethernet. You can get 1 or 2 ports PRI with the new products. Fallback relays. There's a high precision clock for working with DEC phones. And then also there's a USB port that can be used for 3G, 4G connectivity for additional failover, fallback, security. There's a powerful routing core, actually an IP router, as well as call routing that you can set up with the tables and the configuration. The secure provisioning with HTTPS. New high def codec is available with these new products. It's ready for IPv6, although it might be a little bit ahead. I'm not sure if anybody's actually deploying IPv6 yet. There's web-based wizards. So this is the new wizard that was mentioned earlier. We'll go over it in more detail later on how you can use that. It's got a stateful firewall, so you can eliminate another piece of hardware from your network and just use one for everything. And security again, SIP, TLS, and secure RTP. And all this is available under our new Trinity operating system, which is what this device is running. So that's what you get when you buy this new SmartNode. Here's a rudimentary picture of the product. You can see on the front panel the LEDs are still there for convenient viewing, which is pretty common with all of our products. You get 2 Ethernet ports on this model. This would be a 5570. This is the model that you'll be getting in the free giveaway at the end of the presentation. And this one actually has 2 PRI ports. The one we're giving away only has 1, but that's fine. There's a console port, so it's easy to manage and configure, and then you can see the USB port for installing a 3G, 4G dongle. Yeah, so covered all that. So here's some basic applications that our device is covering or solving, I guess, these different problems. So this is a 4170 application. It's connecting to the PSTN, your one PRI, and then you have all your SIP phones on your LAN side with your IPPBX. So this is being able to take advantage of your existing PSTN and still upgrading your network to have the SIP phones, which are awesome and have lots of cool features. Yes, that's survivability. Legacy integration. So let's say you have old ISDN PBX and you want to start taking advantage of SIP trunks, SIP services, which are typically lower cost service than having a PRI. You can do that without replacing your whole phone system. So this box lets you have the flexibility that you need to do whatever you want, really. Yeah. So the 5570 IP migration. So this is the TDM line replacement. Still acts as a gateway. Does VoIP security, number mapping. It's on the edge of your network, and it can also do your IP routing. This also allows you to do a gradual migration to the all IP network instead of, jumping in headfirst. This is an example of a hybrid network. So you're using the one box and you're connecting to your PSTN and having a SIP trunk at the same time, so you can have the redundancy and failover capabilities if the SIP trunk goes down, or I guess your PSTN could go down, but that's typically not something that happens. And you can use your old phones, and you can also start installing new phones, new SIP phones with an IP PBX. And I guess you could phase out your old equipment over time. So installation overview, ease of use. It can reduce installation time and cost because you're only installing one box instead of installing a gateway and a router and a firewall. It's all in one now. We have options for doing zero-touch provisioning. We actually have another presentation that covers all of that, but if you're interested in that, feel free to email me, brett@patton.com, and I can get you more information on how to do zero-touch provisioning. And all these things are made even more simple with the Web Wizard. So the Web Wizard is a new thing that we're doing. It's a time-saving tool for carriers, installers, or end customers. It's really valuable to anyone who's deploying one of these devices in their network. There's an online community of really smart people that are making all kinds of different wizards and posting them on our website in a Web Wizard portal. If you're interested in becoming a Web Wizard creator, you can also contact me about that. I can get you more information. There's users and creators, kind of as I mentioned here. Yeah, so it's okay. So when you log into the portal, you'll see this. You can see there's 3 wizards available, for example, and you can see who created them and what they're being used for. So they can be really specific to your application, or they can be generic. When you click Run Wizard, it shows up like this. You can see it's pretty simple. Password. You choose your WAN IP setup and your LAN IP setup with your IP addresses and network netmask. Sorry. And then you download the wizard. The wizard is imported into your device, and you should be configured and up and running pretty seamlessly. So here's a comparison table with the new ESBRs and the new Trinity-based gateways with some of the older ones, like the 4970 and 4980 that a lot of people are familiar with. We now have the 4170 gateway and the 5570 ESBR. That's one with the routing functionality and everything built in. So the Web Wizard is available on all of them. HD Voice is available on the new ones, and you can see as we go down the list. It's a pretty helpful table for figuring out what's important to you and selecting the right product. Here's an overview of okay, so another comparison, basically 4170 versus the 4970. It's running Trinity only. Our older products run smartware, but they do have the ability to be upgraded to Trinity software as well to take advantage of the new features. I've got another poll question for you guys, if you don't mind answering it. So how are you currently or in the future planning on possibly using a Patton ESBR? Would you be most likely using it for PSTN gateway with an option of fallback survivability, legacy, integration, IP migration, TDM line replacement, or in a hybrid network using both? And you might be able to answer multiple squares on this, I'm not sure. All right, looks like we have about a 50-50 split between IP migration and using it in a hybrid network. All right, another question for you guys. Who are your targeted customers? So think about that as we move on to the next slide. This is the full range of our ESBR product line. You can look at that later. So some target customers that we're recommending or that we see this product being used for is for anyone requiring 50 up to 30 concurrent PSTN calls, or up to 512 SIP-to-SIP calls. So these would be like finance companies, agencies, schools, medical offices, financial institutions, franchise locations, so you can have one at each location. So yeah, let me know what you think. There's another poll question being launched at you guys now. All right, so between finance companies, agencies, schools, and medical offices, the #1 answer was other. So that's pretty cool. If you have other application in mind, would you mind typing it into the questions or comments? I'm just curious. All right, thanks everyone for your participation with that one. All right, so this time I'm going to hand it over to Beth from VoIP Supply. She's going to give you some more information about their company and the services that they can provide for Patton customers.
Hey, Brad, thanks. Thank you, everybody, for joining. It's really been great to hear about what Patton has to offer, and we wanted to let you know about VoIP Supply. So we are a reseller of Patton products, but we're not only that. We're a family. We're a company of individuals who strive to serve our customers just like they were our family members. So we're headquartered in Buffalo, New York. We've been around since 2002, and I think we're above the 40 mark now for the amount of people that work here. We really have a focus on our customer satisfaction. So we're at nearly 100% customer satisfaction rating, and we really provide the solution to our customers. So if you were to call in or contact us via the web, our goal is to help you find your complete VoIP solution. So that's really what the value that we can bring to you. We're also a certified B corporation, so we definitely put our environment and our community also first with our customers, and really invest in our community and give back. And we're also very proud to say that we have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and are an accredited business with them as an organization. And so just to kind of give you an overview of some of our specialties and offerings, so we do offer several different varieties of specialties here at VoIP Supply. We have what's called the Cloud Span Marketplace. So we offer VoIP services such as hosted VoIP, SIP trunking, And we offer a variety of different services and providers that can help you accommodate a hosted environment for VoIP. We also have provisioning services, so we're able to provision phones, PBX systems, and adapters. And depending on the brand, there are also reseller pricing programs and promotions and sales that are available, and we also do have demos available as well. What makes us unique is that we not only offer the hardware solution, but we also offer our services side and also our refresh and refurbish program. So we do offer refurbished VoIP hardware, and anything and everything that we sell on VoIPsupply.com or we offer to our customers. We have a great informational blog called the VoIP Insider, where you can search by topic or by brand and find out anything you need to know about what's trending in VoIP, and also any new products or things that we have going on in the VoIP industry. Great, and so if anybody has any questions or they want to contact us about anything that's been talked about in the webinar, feel free to give us a call. Our number is 1-800-398-VoIP, or you can visit us online at VoIPsupply.com. And make sure at the end of the webinar today to follow us on social media. We're involved in Spiceworks, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. We want to make sure that we're available to you, our customers, and if you have any questions or you want to see what's trending and what's new in the VoIP community, that's where all that information would be, so we'd love to hear from you. And I'm going to pass it back over to Brett, and he can do the Q&A.
All right, so there is, oh, thank you, Beth. There's a place where you guys can type in any questions. I'm checking it now. If we don't have any questions, then we will get on with the giveaway. All right, I'm not seeing any questions. I have one final question for you guys. If you don't mind answering it real quick. Did you find this webinar helpful? Pretty basic question. All right, great. Thanks, guys, for participating today. We're now going to do the drawing, and I know it's kind of interesting. You can't see us, but we do have a hat here with everybody's name in it. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick one out real quick. And the winner is Jamie Stapleton. So you will have a brand new SN5570 coming to you. All right, thanks everyone for participating today. That's the end of the webinar. And we'll see you guys next time.